A lot of anime can be, to put it bluntly, extreme. Be it bombastic fight scenes or heavy-handed drama served almost every episode, it can be quite draining at times. I think broadening one's palette in terms of a medium is just as important as the depth of such exploration. And in this case, it would be for the niche subgenre of comfy restaurant isekai anime, specifically the comfy part. As most anime watchers know, isekai is one of the largest genres at the moment, and one of the most popular shows from the last 5 years was technically a cooking anime, though even itself needed to remind itself. I wanted to highlight two of the shows that are right in the middle of this strange triple Venn diagram. Isekai Shokudou and Izakaya Nobu are the two shows I wanted to highlight. Though there are some other works in the sphere that also fit the bill, these two are incredibly similar yet are able to successfully distinguish each other as unique. Both shows boil down to presenting the modern restaurant service and experience, along with the delicacies of the modern age to fantasy middle-aged people and creatures. Just know that I've only been to Japan once for like a week, so I don't have full extensive knowledge of traditional or modern restaurant expectations or customs.
ナポリタンですから。
このベーコンは随分と上等な。
あ、気がつきました？その厚切りベーコン、大将の晩酌用のおつまみでちょっと。
Izakaya Nobu, I'd say, is the more grounded, traditional one, in both a content and meta sense. What I mean is that it follows the traditional overarching narrative structure that helps build its cast of characters. It actualizes the real-life scenario of a small traditional hole in a wall in a small town that has its common regulars that are almost family along with the restaurant. All the characters frequently interact and their developments are connected with each other. It's nothing unique, but I enjoy how the show leans into it. This is complemented by the more traditional outfits of the staff and the layout and design of the eatery. Nobu, from what I gathered from a 5-second Google search, means prolonged or stretched, which I think does the story and general tone of the anime perfect justice. It's not exactly a slow burn, but takes its time, which isn't much considering the episodes are like 7 minutes long, deliberately to instill that feeling of a second home that probably many of us have with a certain favorite eating spot. There can be an inherent cultural imperialism that comes with showing better food and technology to people who don't know better, but with Izakaya Nobu's presentation, it comes off as nothing but comfy. On the other plate is Isekai Shokudou, which is an all-time comfy classic for me. Starting off, I love how the story sets itself up. Izakaya Nobu's restaurant is in another world, but the staff can travel between modern Earth and the fantasy realm through the back door. Whereas in Isekai Shokudou, there are these doors spread across the world that serve as an urban legend to its inhabitants that transports them into the restaurant, which is still in modern Japan. Isekai Shokudou's presentation is much more modern, and in some aspects shows quite a lot of Western influence. Isekai Shokudou's approach to storytelling is a more episodic and character study based one, with the diner being the main backdrop. It focuses on the individual patron from their point of view and experiencing their relationship with the diner, as opposed to the other way around. The show even plays around with this concept, jokingly referring to each character less by their name, but by their preferred dish. Alongside the series of doors, it provides a sense of narrative plausibility, at least for a fantasy show, to build its world in a very interesting and fun way. And the best part of the show that never fails to make me smile is the little musical chime that plays whenever someone takes their first bite.
まずは
何これ、美味しい。柔らかいわねこれ。ちょっとパンとスープおかわりもらえる？
Where Izakaya Nobu leans in on that small town feel. I find Isekai Shokudou does great at capturing that busy and bustling diner system. Still with regulars and a staff that cares, the show instead invokes that feeling of an unspoken bond of fellow regulars. Maybe not at a restaurant even, but maybe a cafe or gym, all meeting at the same place, but maybe for slightly different reasons. I wanted to highlight these two shows because while its base topic is simple, eating and enjoying food, I greatly admire its incorporation of fantasy elements in interesting ways alongside that base premise. There are many import isekai-related anime and manga, but Izakaya Nobu and Isekai Shokudou are wonderfully pleasant shows in presenting an eatery in a fantasy world, be it a small hole in the wall that has a family feel, or a busy diner with enough guests that you lose track of them all, but still feel welcome in the chaos nonetheless. Hey there, thanks for reaching to the end of the video. Hope you check them out. I really wish they would get more attention. The second season of Isekai Shokudou actually recently came out, and if you like this video, consider liking it or subscribing to the channel. It would mean a lot.